Echoics, 4 things to know. This video is the next in our series about Skinner's verbal behavior. Skinner created the verbal operants, which are Echoics, Mands, Tacts, Intraverbals, and Autoclitics. What are Echoics? Echoic is another word for vocal imitation. An echoic is when the learner repeats exactly what the instructor says. Echoics are identical to their verbal model. How do we teach echoics? The first step is to do an assessment to determine what the learner is able to do and where there's room for change. In a vocal imitation program, we want to teach the learner the behavior of repeating. We use shaping and reinforcement to gradually get to an exact match of what has been said. Why teach echoics? Echoics are a precursor skill to all of the other verbal operants. The learner repeats what is heard and assigns meaning to the words. Being able to imitate is a fundamental skill that all people need to learn. When they can imitate our language, we can teach other operants. What are transfer trials? As previously mentioned, echoics are a foundational skill. Once a learner has mastered vocal imitation, one way to move on is to use transfer trials. A transfer trial bridges the mastered skill of vocal imitation with the new skill, either manding, tacting, etc. Here are the steps in a transfer trial. Use an echoic to name the item, but do not reinforce. Prompt the learner to use the vocal response to request or label. When the learner repeats the vocal response, then you can reinforce. Echoics are a fun way to engage a learner. Let's connect to talk about verbal behavior. Online at www.sidebysidetherapy.ca, by email at info@sidebysidetherapy.ca, or by phone at 1-877-797-0437. Side by Side Therapy, empowering parents to empower their children.